All right, Jake, thank you very much. This past year, crime in Memphis dropped in almost every category, according to data reviewed by the Memphis Shelby Crime Commission. Joining us now to talk more about the latest trends and what still needs to be done to improve things is Bill Gibbons, president of the Memphis Shelby Crime Commission and executive director of the Public Safety Institute at the University of Memphis. Bill, welcome back to the 3 p.m. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
One issue we did not get a chance to kind of delve into that I know impacts so many people here: aggravated assaults. I was checking out some information. The TBI says more than 12,000 people report being victims of this crime in Memphis. A major problem.
Yes. You know, the good news is we had reductions in 2024 in vehicle thefts, murders, aggravated robberies. Aggravated assaults remain pretty static. And as you pointed out, we've had over 12,000 reported victims of aggravated assault in Memphis in 2024. That's a huge number of victims.
It is a huge number.
And a lot of aggravated assaults go unreported.
So for those who don't know, when we talk about an aggravated assault, Bill, what are we talking about here?
Well, it's a very broad definition. And let me give some examples.
Okay.
Of all the aggravated assaults in Memphis, about 70% involve guns. However, if I just point a gun at you, that is an aggravated assault. So, you know, there are really different types of aggravated assaults. Pointing a gun at you is an example. On the other hand, 30% of the aggravated assault incidents in Memphis involve guns actually being fired. And over 10% involve someone actually being shot.
Okay.
So those are different examples of aggravated assaults.
There for sure.
And they can get more serious. And once a gun is fired, an aggravated assault can easily turn into a homicide. All it takes is a good aim.
So you have me wondering, Bill, what are we talking about here? Are most of these aggravated assault crimes being committed by adults? Are we talking about children or juveniles here, or what?
Most young adults, basically 18 to 25, 26 years of age. That's the main category where we're seeing this. And they really can take different forms. Street level retaliatory actions, domestic violence, it really runs the gamut.
So when it comes to state laws and maybe making changes to hopefully enforce or maybe make something positive come out of this, what are we working on here? What are you hearing from state lawmakers, if anything?
To put it in context, a couple of things.
Okay.
Number one, as I mentioned, a lot of these aggravated assaults are retaliatory in nature.
Gotcha.
So we need to really scale up and provide more funding for efforts like 901 Block Squad to try to intercede and avoid that retaliatory violence that we have. Number two, we need to do a good job of investigating aggravated assaults, especially involving shots being fired. To its credit, MPD has organized a special unit to do that. A challenge for MPD, given the staffing shortage, is to make sure that investigative unit is adequately staffed. And then once a good case is made, make sure the DA's office aggressively prosecutes that case, which brings to some legislative changes. Right now, if someone fires a gun in an aggravated assault and maybe hits someone, they can get probation under our state law. We need to change that so that...
So you're saying the laws are too weak right now?
That is correct. We need to change that so that if a gun is actually discharged and someone actually shot, probation is not an option, then incarceration is required. There is legislation pending before the General Assembly to do exactly that, involving these drive-by shootings that we're so concerned about, whether it be on the interstate or in neighborhoods.
All right, Bill, we definitely need to have you back. Do appreciate you being here. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you, Alex.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We will be back in just a moment.